We still gonna
Drinking a
get
little
to it.
horchata this morning, being cultural and seasonal at the same time. Two for two.
Yes, yes. So we are now live. Let's get started, man. Where you want to start at today?
Bills versus Bears. They're playing in Chicago. I assume it to be very cold.
Bills versus Bears in
Yep.
Chicago.
Bill.
I gotta go
Yep.
Bills because the Bills are used to this.
Yep. Best suited to play. Yeah, and the Bears are just not a very good team. I think the Bears probably make it difficult for about a half. Justin Fields is still that dude. They just have to find somebody to go with him, and they haven't yet. So until then, I think Fields probably plays a good half of football, and then Josh Allen becomes who we all know him to be. They win by 2 touchdowns.
Boy, you know how uncomfortable that is gonna be to play on that field. Just
No, you know how uncomfortable it's going to be to lose on that field.
yeah. Winning does take probably add about 10, 15 degrees of warmth when you winning. When you losing,
Oh
that's
yeah,
just
add 10 or 15 degrees when you know you're gonna whoop their ass. Oh yeah, like this is bad, but it's gonna be worse for somebody else.
Oh lordy. What's the next game we got? Saints Browns.
Speaking, yep, that is another one. That one's in Cleveland. Also going to be extremely cold. This is another noon game. Saints at 5-9. The Browns at 6-8. But I think they're 2-0 with Deshaun Watson. I think that is what is considered the beginning of their season. I think we need to root for the Aints to lose.
We need the Aints to lose. I call them the Taints. You can call them the Aints. But yes, we need them to lose.
I also just don't think in general they're as good as the Browns with Deshaun Watson because I guess Andy Dalton is their quarterback. And if Andy Dalton is your quarterback, that means you don't have a quarterback. Saints lose, I say maybe by 10.
I got the Saints losing. Oh shoot, my bad.
We need them to lose.
I also just don't.
I got the Saints losing. I don't really believe in the Browns. They haven't done anything to prove to me that they're gonna be good.
No. I don't think the Browns, and I think if the team continues at this pace, this is a bad overpay. But we're gonna wait till next season before we even begin to look at that. For now, it's just the Browns are better than the Aints, who are a bad team, I think.
So I'm gonna go Browns, but I don't think they're gonna win by. Basically, I was gonna say I don't think they're gonna win by 2 touchdowns.
Next up, Seahawks versus Chiefs. Chiefs won in overtime last week against the Texans. The Seahawks lost, I think, last week, or did they beat LA last week?
No, they beat LA. Sup, Sneaky?
The Seahawks are 7-7. The Chiefs are 11-3. I think the Chiefs just win this game. They're also playing at Arrowhead. I think that is a very, very big advantage for them.
Difficult to play there, no matter the weather.
Yeah. Yep, and the Seahawks are a indoorish team.
No, they're not. But they are god awful on defense, and for them being god awful on defense, playing, we've already seen that Patrick Mahomes, when you take away the nuclear bomb that is Tyreek Hill, he just hits you with a whole bunch of regular bombs from all over the place, including Jerick McKinnon. I'm looking for Jerick to have another big game. The Seahawks linebackers aren't that great. I will say this is an intriguing matchup between the receivers of Seattle and the DBs of Kansas City because both aren't consistent. Kansas City does have the better front seven. So maybe they can generate some pressure on Patrick. I mean, on
Wait.
Gino.
Wait. You're telling me that DK Metcalf is not the leading receiver for the Seattle Seahawks?
It's
the guy
Tyler
that
Lockett.
everybody said that DK was the man and all of this. He's not the man.
I mean, he's the man if you ask him to run straight. If he runs straight, he fast, but he can't run no routes.
That's called track and field.
Yeah. He trained for the Olympics. Got dusted out there too. But I'm going Kansas City.
I was the guy who told you all he can do is run straight. Now straight, he is amazing. Anything outside of that, Less than stellar.
You want him to lift some weights? You want him to run real fast, 100 meters? He can do both of those.
Strong as an ox. An ox ain't stronger. Next up, we have a game that I think is two mediocre teams passing as two good teams. This is the New York Giants at the Minnesota Vikings. This is tricky because I think that these teams are probably about evenly matched, but the Vikings are playing at home. And I think there's two ways to look at this. The luck is on Kirk Cousins' side, or Kirk Cousins has used up all of his luck. I'm not exactly sure which one it is.
So,
I mean, I gotta go Vikings at home because I think that these teams are equally matched. If they're equally matched, you pick the home team.
You gotta go Vikings because the Vikings have, I hate to say this, the better quarterback. They also have, like Gico said, they also have Jefferson. And at the end of the day, Kirk Cousins is going to do what Kirk Cousins does. He's going to be real mediocre. I expect each of these teams to have at least one interception apiece, possibly a fumble or two. It's going to be an ugly game. But I think at the end of the day, when you need somebody to make a play, one team has Justin Jefferson and Dalvin Cook. One team has Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley, who can't stay healthy.
Woo, jeez.
So that's my answer. That's why I'm picking Minnesota.
Next up, Bengals versus the Patriots. I've seen some things out there. Oh, first of all, this game is in New England. I think the Bengals are suited to play cold weather games.
I don't think that matters for Joe Burrow.
Yep, I don't think so either. I also think that the Patriots and Mac Jones are having some issues. I think he's quietly Jonathan Taylor Thomas too, or Zach Wilson, as some of you guys know him, where people think that he's a lot better than he is, and his team doesn't really love him.
I'll give you that his team doesn't really love him, and he's not as good as people think, but he is not Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson
no.
3 touchdowns on Thursday. 3. I counted them. He threw the ball into the ground on an 8-yard out route.
Yeah. I think Zach Wilson is unplayable. I think that Mac Jones is just mediocre for any people who had the confusion. And that's bottom tier mediocre, too. That's right at the bottom of being close to basically the next rung of people are backups who will not be back. They will be backing up next season. They're just starting until the end of the season.
And the Seahawks lost to the Rams, actually. Baker Mayfield. If I'm the Jets, I would have went and got Baker Mayfield versus Zach Wilson.
That's too much volatility on one team. You can't have a quarterback trying to be run out of town and then you come back with Baker Mayfield.
Another quarterback that was ran out of town.
Yeah. No, they're going to start questioning your decision-making very quickly. Next, we have a game that is also a game that matters that I don't think anybody believe will matter, but you have the Lions at Carolina. The Lions, I think, are 6-1 in their last 7 games. They've been playing great football as of late, as I told you guys they would. Jared Goff versus...
Jared Goff is probably the hottest quarterback in the league right now.
Say that again?
Easily. Jared Goff is the hottest quarterback in the league right now.
And somebody traded him for Matt Stafford. Boy, that has to be what?
No, they won a Super Bowl. You tripping. You can't say that was a bad trade because they won a Super Bowl. You can hate Matt Stafford all you want to. I agree. He's a 1-year wonder. It is. You can hate it all you want to. He won a Super Bowl. And until the Lions win a Super Bowl with Jared Goff, the Rams won that trade.
I hate that answer. That's just like the AD trade where they won that cloudy ass bubble chip and now AD can't stay healthy.
Yep.
That's exactly. No faith in your own team. No faith in your own decision making. But I'm picking the Lions to win this. Once again, it's another game. We need the Panthers to lose. We need the Lions to win. I've been supporting the Lions all season, so this is nothing new for me. Who you got, my friend?
I'm picking this with my heart. I'm going with the Lions. I cannot pick Carolina because I need the Falcons to improve. If Carolina wins this game, they will probably be on their way to winning the division, which would be one of the most unforeseen things that we've seen in a while. I need Detroit to travel, and I need them to win. But Carolina's defense has been good all year long. And I don't even know what to say about their offense. I've never seen a team get rid of their star running back and then become a better running team, except for the Carolina Panthers.
And him to go on to San Francisco and flourish like he has.
And be snubbed for the Pro Bowl.
It wasn't snubbed for the Pro Bowl. He played half of it in the AFC, half, and he can't. No, you can't put him in the NFC and give him a Pro Bowl now.
No, they're both in the NFC. What you talking about? 49ers and Panthers are both in the NFC.
You're right. Yeah, they should have.
You know what? He leads the league in all-purpose yards, I want to say, or something like that.
Yeah, you're right. My apologies. Humblest apologies. It's the horse shots of talking.
But, yeah, I'm picking Detroit, man. Amon-Ra St. Brown. And sneaky, quietly is kept. Not sneaky, but sneakily, I guess I should say. Jameson Williams. Jameson Williams is back, and nobody can guard him because he tore his ACL, came back and ran a 4.38 instead of a 4.25 40. So you still can't guard him. So they got two running backs that are touchdown machines. So Detroit plays well. Although it's cold, so we'll see. Carolina can stop the run. We'll see. Next game.
Yep, Falcons versus Ravens. We're playing in Baltimore. It should be a very cold game. These are two teams that run the ball well. Also, Lamar Jackson is out. Mark Andrews may or may not play. If he does play, he probably won't do anything. I know that because he's on my fantasy team. Of course, this is a hard selection, but I also think that the Falcons should be a better team. Even if they lose, I can't say that I care that much. I would just rather see Desmond Ridder get comfortable. But go Falcons.
I think this game is tailor-made for Desmond Ridder to be what we used to call Alabama quarterbacks in the midst of their dynasty. Just a game manager. This is going to be a cold game. Nobody's going to really try to throw the ball this game. We are more suited to run the ball, to me, than Baltimore. Although we did lose Caleb Huntley to a torn Achilles, which sucks.
Right.
We still have two backs. I think we had a learning moment last week against the Taints because we were about to go down there and tie and or win the game. So I got us beating Baltimore with my head and my heart. I got this beating Baltimore, but we gotta stop Caleb Huntley. Our defense gotta show up. What's up, Nick?
Next up, we have the Commandos versus the
49ers.
The Commanders versus the 49ers. I think that Chase Young is supposed to make his return.
That don't matter. He's a pass rush specialist. They about to run down their throat.
Exactly. I don't think that matters at all because Brock Purdy will be the guy running from him, so I'm sure that Shanahan won't do too much passing. I think the 49ers beat them handily. Commanders lose again.
I told y'all, I think the San Francisco 49ers are the second best team in the NFC. I got a lot of flack for that in my DMs. A lot of y'all, and I saw Mark's comment about saying it's insane Brock Purdy over Dak. I didn't say Brock Purdy over Dak, but the last few games, Dak has 9 interceptions or something like that. So I mean, I'm gonna just leave. When I say that, that's when I stop and I say and I stop. That's like a cliffhanger. ... I'll let y'all fill in the rest. I'm not saying he's better than Dak, but again, the 49ers are a better team than the Dallas Cowboys.
Brock Purdy is better suited to win the game. I think that Dak is a better quarterback, but like mentioned before, I think that Shanahan is an otherworldly level coach. I think that Mike McCarthy is average at very, very.
He's an underworldly level coach. Mike McCarthy is ass.
Since you read me a sticks, that's terrible.
I got San Francisco winning this game. I got San Francisco. I think it'll be closer though, closer than you think. But that defense is something serious.
You got the Eagles versus the Cowboys. The Cowboys, who in the last 2 weeks have struggled to beat the Houston Texans. They won in overtime, I believe, and then last week they got mollywopped by the Jaguars. So back-to-back weekends, you play.
They get mollywopped. They just blew the game. They were up by 17.
I mean,
but it's the Jaguars, so mollywop is mollywop.
Yeah. Dress it up and make it real however you want to, Future. I hate to tell you, that WAP was Molly. But yeah, for me, the Cowboys just don't have any of their own personal consistency. I think that while I don't think the Eagles are I don't think the Eagles are the best team in the NFL. I think that they play with a much higher level of consistency. I think the Cowboys lose probably by a touchdown, maybe 10 points.
Let me tell you something. If the Cowboys lose to the Philadelphia Eagles without Jalen Hurts, with Gardner Minshew, there is a lot of concern that would have to be happening in Dallas. And they're playing in Dallas. If the Dallas Cowboys lose at home to the Philadelphia Eagles with Gardner Minshew, this is now the time to panic.
You're right.
Cowboys,
this is a must-win. This is a must-win Cowboys game.
I'm taking Dallas because if they don't win, the morale. Remember they've talked shit for about 3 weeks now. The morale would be at an all-time low after losing to Jacksonville. Jerry Jones.
If you lose to Jacksonville and Gardner Minshew.
If you use the Jacksonville and Gardner Minshew, who used to be on Jacksonville, then you will probably have to go sign Odell Beckham on Monday. We'll probably get that news. Jerry Jones will be like, here's the blank check. What you want? You want a whole year's salary plus next year guaranteed? Go ahead. Take it.
Yeah, if I'm Odell, all my money is on the Eagles. Give me some money, big dog.
So I'm going Dallas. But I'm not confident in this at all. Not confident in this. Sneaky. I see you with 6 on your boys. Kev, Eagles fans. Y'all should make that bet.
Maybe.
Looking at both of y'all. I got 2 cameras. Looking at both of y'all.
And next up, let me go ahead and tell y'all this game does not matter at all. We don't care. It is the Raiders versus Steelers. This is bad versus worse. I'm pretty sure the Steelers have almost been eliminated, and the Raiders are god-awful. I really do not care who wins this game. This is another one of those Washington versus Giants. Make it a tie.
Let's go Steelers. Here's why. I want the Raiders to blow it up. And the Falcons got money. We got picks. We can go poach anything you got on there. I also want
nothing.
Yeah, I mean they got pieces. They just are terribly coached. I want Pittsburgh and Mike Tomlin to get to 500. He has to win out to do it, but I want him to get to 500. They haven't had a losing season since like 2003 or something like that.
That'll be good.
So of course, I'm going with the black coach. When all else fails and I don't really care about the game, rooting for everybody black. And the Steelers got one of the blackest rosters out there. So
all right. So for the next one, we're only picking the games that we care about.
Wait.
All of these. Oh, correct. Missed those. All right. Sunday, fun day. And heads up, the Texans and Titans kickoff has been delayed due to rolling blackouts in Tennessee. Y'all be safe, bro. It's cold. Yes. Green Bay versus Miami in Miami. I think that Miami needs this win because they lost last week. I don't think the Green Bay has nearly the firepower to keep up with them. I think this is probably over by the beginning, probably midway through the third quarter.
What sucks is this is going to be a game I'm watching y'all, but I'm also looking for NFL football to put on. This is going to be a game that Aaron Rodgers is probably going to have a wonderful something. A wonderful first half, a wonderful third quarter, a wonderful fourth quarter, and it's going to be an intriguing game for like that quarter or that half. And then Miami's just going to run past the Packers. They're just going to run all nines. Everybody run down the field, and everybody run down the field as fast as you can, and Tua's just going to throw it. The only way that Green Bay can beat Miami is that they disrupt the timing of all these routes. That's the way that you beat Miami. Tua is not a quarterback that sits down there and makes his reads. He is an anticipatory quarterback, meaning he throws the ball to a spot where he knows that the receiver is supposed to be. So I'm picking Miami, but I think it's going to be closer than everybody thinks.
Oh no, I don't think it's gonna be close at all. And I appreciate the NFL. They picked that there's one game where you and your family can get together early in the day on Christmas and watch. And then you spend the rest of your day doing whatever you want to because you don't need to watch either one of these games.
A lot of background noise.
Yep, y'all can play with your kids. Y'all can help them put toys together. But what you won't have to do is watch this game. First game up is Denver versus Los Angeles. Russell Wilson, I saw in the casino earlier this week, will not be playing this week, and he did not look like he was having a good time. Next,
are you serious? He was in the casino?
Yeah. I mean, he's not playing this week for sure. Yeah, why not? I would assume he's done for the season. He's been eliminated. Why do you can't roll out this guy you just spent a ton of money on?
Yeah, go ahead, but that looks bad though.
No, it don't. You're still the asset. You're still the What happens if he tears his ACL?
No. I'm not saying don't play him. I'm saying he's in the casino.
What? Bro, he's rich. His wife is Sierra. You better get the hell away from me. You know we go to church on Sunday.
No, you need to get the hell away from me. $236 million, and you get up there at 3-11.
Hey, you done cut the check. It's about to spend this money. And they're playing against Los Angeles, who also does not have their quarterback. I also think that they're going to shut down Aaron Donald for the rest of the season.
Already out of there. Already announced.
Yeah. There's no way to predict this game because you don't know who's playing and you don't know their own reason. I will stay away from this. And I don't care because both of these teams suck. Pick whoever the hell you want to. Next up, you have Tampa Bay versus Arizona.
Cardinals. Pick it with my heart. I need the Cardinals to win because I need Tampa Bay to lose. Who is
the Cardinals quarterback? It ain't McCoy. He already hurt.
We've seen a team. There are teams now with a 6th-round quarterback, an undrafted quarterback, a 5th-round quarterback, a 4th round. We don't know who any of these quarterbacks are. I don't even know the quarterbacks on Arizona roster.
Trace McSorley. Boy. Trace
from Penn State?
Sorry, correct.
Yeah. You know what I would love to see? I want chaos. Chaos. I want Trace McSorley and Arizona to go out there and put up 35 points and beat them 35-14.
First of all, there are two things. You don't want that more than Trace McSorley does. And when the first Google search is what happened to Trace McSorley, probably ain't going great for an NFL career. That's fine though, because we're going to college.
All right, guys, college. Now you made the list on this, so I gotta see. Oh, these the games this weekend, or are these just games?
These are games. Yes, these are games that will happen before we pod again on next Saturday for Saturday Morning Live. Always remember what? Follow, like, subscribe. Tell a friend about the Splashcast. Game number 1, Oregon versus UNC. I think that I think the Oregon is the much better team. Bo Nix is also coming back from next season, so you're going to get, I think, a little bit more participation out of the teams here. I'm picking Oregon, and I don't think the UNC is really that good. We get to see another game of your boy May be who I think he is.
So the transfer portal and declaring for the NBA has made all of these games very, very interesting. Oregon's linebackers, both of them. Justin Flo has transferred to Arizona, so he's not playing. Noah Sewell, the leading tackler, declared for the NFL draft, so he's not playing. 2 receivers have transferred out of Oregon. And then they also have Bo Nix. So this is a very difficult game for me to pick because none of North Carolina's team isn't good enough to have anybody opt out. So theoretically, they should have more firepower than this team, Oregon. But I also like Dan Lanning. Dan Lanning is a hell of a coach. Former Georgia defensive coordinator.
There was going to be a link there.
Yeah, I mean he's good. His signing day. They went from like number 15 to number 4 in National Signing Day. There it is. So I'm going to go with Oregon, but I don't really have a reason why.
All right. Next up, Texas Tech versus Ole Miss. I think that your boy continues. Gosh, I cannot think of his name now.
For who?
What's the coach from Ole Miss?
Lane Kiffin.
Yes. I think that Lane Kiffin tries to set an example here and put up a ton of points.
Think so?
I think I think he tries to prove a point. And I think the Ole Miss's defense is just going to be better than Texas Tech. I think they win by 2 touchdowns.
I mean, I ain't really sold on either one of these teams. And Zach, the running back, has declared for the NFL, if I'm not mistaken. But they also have a freshman running back that is all world. So I'm going to go SEC here. But we'll have a discussion after this. I do want to have a discussion about mid-tier SEC teams after this.
Next up, Florida State versus Brett Venables in Oklahoma. I have not believed in Oklahoma all season. I'm not going to start today. I think the Florida State wins this game.
I hate Oklahoma. I don't like Oklahoma. I don't like Ohio State. I don't like Notre Dame. And I despise Florida. Those 4 teams could jump in a gauntlet. And, well, actually, no. Florida is by far and away. I hate them more. But after everybody else, after that, I don't care. So I'm always going to pick against Oklahoma. Always. It could be a 0-9 team, and they could be 13-0. I don't care. I'm picking an 0-9 team. I'm going Florida State. Florida State seems like they're back. They are the best team in Florida. Who knew?
I'm not even going to acknowledge that.
Texas they are. They're number 13.
Yeah, play the SEC schedule and tell me how Florida State is the best team.
They beat y'all 40-3. What do you mean?
Okay. We beat Utah. Does that mean we're better than Utah?
I don't know. It could. That means Florida State better than Utah. That also means Vanderbilt is better than Utah.
All right, next up we have Texas versus Washington. Quinn Ewers and I think Bijan Robinson get it done versus Washington, and I think that Texas probably prepares him.
You think Bijan Robinson playing in this game?
Oh, you're right. I didn't think about that.
Let me make sure. Let me make sure I'm right before I say that. Bijan Robinson has a Lamborghini deal. I'm pretty sure Lamborghini said you not playing in this stupid ass bowl.
Yep, he's skipping the bowl game. I don't know. Hell, they've ruined football as far as we're considered. Everybody who's good is opting out if they're not playing to win a championship, which I can't hate. But I'm still picking Texas. They need this win as they await Arkansas.
I got Washington. I actually want Texas to win, but I got Washington winning this game. Washington don't have no opt-outs.
That's going to say a lot. Maryland versus North Carolina State. I think that North Carolina State's a better football team.
I do too. North Carolina State's a better football team, and it's crazy how I'm picking the teams to win by who has not opted out. They're not good enough to have people opt out, but they're better than Maryland. So I'm definitely picking North Carolina State for that only reason.
Next up, Pitt versus UCLA. I think that Chip Kelly is going to try to win this bowl game with all his heart and mind. I'm definitely picking UCLA in this one.
Yeah, Pittsburgh had a few people transfer already, so I'm definitely going UCLA here. Chip has some
trap game. Notre Dame versus South Carolina. You have to pick Notre Dame because they should be the better roster. But like I told you all season, one thing that Spencer Rattler can do is show up and fuck your shit up. I think that this would be the absolute best time for him to do this. And today I'm a Spencer Rattler fan. If you could win this one, bro, you will be good in my book. You'll be better than good in my book. You'll be a protected class. So I'm picking Notre Dame, but I would love to see South Carolina win this game. Excuse me.
I love the black coach at Notre Dame. I love what he's doing there. I hate Notre Dame. I got ties to South Carolina. I'm going South Carolina. I'm seeing this as the launching point for Spencer Rattler's 2023 Heisman campaign. that will end in week 3 when they play Georgia. Yeah. But that will be, I think they're going to get all the hype. Actually, I lied. I'm going Notre Dame because South Carolina has a bunch of people that transferred out and entered the transfer portal. So, never mind. Notre Dame, just by sheer attrition, that they'll win.
All right. And then finally, this is the game I think is actually going to be better than people think, is Tennessee versus Clemson.
Boy, talk about the disappointment bowl.
Yep. The so close but so far away bowl. I would actually like to name it. This game is difficult.
It's funny that they're both orange in the Orange Bowl.
Yep. I think that was done on purpose. I think that Tennessee has a little bit more to prove. They're trying to get to the point of being, hey, we're a legitimate team instead of this a one-off season. I think that it's in their best interest to win this game. If Clemson loses this game, I'm going to start to say that Dabo is losing a grip on his stronghold of life.
No, man. Dabo got NIL, the name, image, and likeness of God. I'm going to tell you what one thing God is not. He is not a loser. And if you keep losing, God going to be like, hey, man, don't associate me with all them L's, bro. Oh, yeah.
Deion God going to call you and tell you need to be somewhere else.
You need to be somewhere else. That's how Deion God works.
Deion, this is not God. This is an itinerary.
So this is actually a very difficult game to pick when you think about it.
I'm picking Tennessee though.
Joe Milton can throw the ball. Well, you know how bad you got to be when your social media department was like, watch Joe Milton throw an orange 100 yards. Oh man, he's amazing. He threw an orange 100 yards. I mean, it is very impressive. But
yeah.
Still. But Tennessee, first of all, they're the number 1 receiver, the Biletnikoff winner, I think. One of 5 touchdowns against Alabama has declared for the NFL draft. So there's that. I think everybody else is still playing. But that defense is suspect. And Clemson with Cade Klubnik is much better than Clemson with DJU. Shout out DJU going to Oregon State. I really don't know who to pick. I think I'm gonna go with Tennessee because I'm gonna go SEC over ACC when it's close. But I don't really have a reason why. What's up, Remy? I really don't have a reason why. So I'm gonna go Tennessee. I think.
All right. I think that's everything. Anything else you got for me?
Yeah. So for the longest, we've talked about how the SEC is just a superior conference. They are better than everybody else. If there's only a few teams in the nation that could come play against an SEC team, come to the SEC conference and play an SEC schedule. But this season, the SEC has been taking L after L after L in the bowl games. Of course, you got that one. Missouri just lost to Wake Forest. A bunch of teams didn't even make it. So, is the SEC really that much of a better conference outside of your top 4 teams? Every year it's going to be 4 teams in the SEC that have a chance to make the playoffs. And then there's everybody else.
So my issue with it is first of all, you can name 4 teams in one conference. There's no other conference that gets to doesn't get to a second team.
No, I mean, you got Big Ten. Big Ten is always going to have two teams in
Who's the second team in the Big Ten?
Michigan, Ohio State.
When was the last time Michigan won a championship?
Well, I mean, they made the playoffs last year and made it this year. Come on, man.
When was the last time?
I'm talking about playoff contenders. The playoff contenders.
Okay, so throw them in there with 2, even though one of the teams never wins a championship. Yeah, you have a bunch of teams in one conference who have all won a championship in the last 20 years. Then you have a rung below that who just gets stuck playing in a conference with a bunch of guys who've won a championship in the last 20 years. There's no way that you're telling me that a team like Ole Miss isn't it might not be the best in the ACC, but they're in the top third.
So if you look at the SEC, right? If you look at the SEC, I'm gonna try to pull this up real quick. Conferences, SEC. You got Alabama,
legit,
Arkansas, Auburn, Florida.
Let's go through each team here. Arkansas in the ACC, they're probably middle of the pack. They're not bottom tier. Auburn, ACC, mid tier.
I think Arkansas in the Big Ten is middle or lower. I don't think Arkansas is better than Penn State. I don't think Arkansas is better than Ohio State. I don't think Arkansas is better than Big Ten, Michigan. I think Arkansas is on the level of like a Michigan State, Iowa.
And that's middle of their conference. That's the bottom of the SEC.
That's the bottom of their conference. Michigan State was like 5-8 this year.
I think that all of these teams are mediocre in the ACC or the Big Ten.
Pac-12, we don't count.
Except for Vanderbilt. And I think that Vanderbilt is probably mediocre in the ACC.
But when it gets to bowl games, the reason I bring this up is when you get to bowl games, the mid-tier SEC schools be getting dogged or getting beat.
Because all the time. Because their guys are going – because you want to know why? Because those guys who make up the NFL.
I mean, every school. We just talked about all these schools that have people declare, though. I feel like that's an excuse.
But what I'm saying is the SEC every year puts out the most guys into the NFL.
Yeah, and but they come from like the most. They come from 3 schools, 2 or 3 schools.
Okay, so like look at us. We probably have how many opt-outs we have? Probably 4 or 5 opt-outs. All guys going pro. We're not good in the conference this year, but our top 5 players all not playing in the bowl game. Yeah, what do you expect? Versus a full team, we should lose. And that's how the majority of these teams are. Did Will Levis play in that bowl game?
Probably not. I don't even know what bowl game they're in, but probably not.
All right, Duke's Mayo Bowl or the Belk Bowl, something like that. It's always something in South Carolina.
He would love the Duke's Mayo Bowl, boy. He put that in a coffee. Nasty.
Let's get out of there. Right there. That and cut, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo! Sneaky said y'all would have lost anyway. Sneaky talking noise now. Sneaky is an ACC guy. He's an ACC guy.
Yeah, and actually can't count none of their championships. With that said,
you talking about ACC?
Yes,
Clemson.
And there's one team. I hate the one-team conference. That destroys me. You have one team. So the rest of these guys, what are they doing every season other than losing and going home?
I mean, theoretically, you have the SEC is the same way, man. You have it's a 2-team conference lately.
Okay, but over the last 20 years, the rest of when was the last time FSU was good? Jameis?
Yeah. 2014.
Jameis been in the league long enough to have run his
Don't get too big for your britches over there.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we here at this Splashcast want to take a moment here and wish you guys a Merry Christmas here on this Christmas
Why
Eve.
you ended this? This was about to be a good discussion. Why you ended like that? You were taking shots at Florida State and said when the last time, but you forget about Florida. I actually wasn't even talking about Florida in this whole discussion because Florida was good with Kyle Trask like 3 years ago. Yes. So like, I just don't know if y'all will be good anytime soon. But again, it's hard to say that because of the transfer portal.
And it's also hard to say that when your quarterbacks keep getting in all types of the worst type of trouble. I don't think there's been a team lately.
Yes. Oh, damn, sneaky. Has Florida State won one since the last time Florida won? Yeah.
Okay. Congrats. Yes, you're right. So y'all have 2 teams in your conference. I have 4. Big Ten has 1.
2.
Pac. No, they have 1.
Big Ten is Michigan and Ohio State.
Michigan has not won since Florida has.
Oh, won the championship. Oh, you talking about won the championship? Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's a 1-team conference. It's a 1-team conference. Pac-10. I don't know what they're doing out there. I don't even know why they play football. Yeah, and then you got SEC where everybody can win a championship. At one point, no jokes, Tennessee looked like they damn near had a championship in hand this year.
Sneaky said, but none of those teams are your team. Oh.
That's right. You're right. Hey, one thing for sure. My team is in a downward spiral. One week we saying nigga, the next week is child porn. It's bad in Gainesville right now. I don't got an answer for you.
Florida man.
I'll let you know. We did just get a quarterback transfer, but man, I don't know when these guys will even be able to play.
Good luck, guys. He came from like Wisconsin or something, didn't he, or something like that?
Yeah, he's a 4-star. But anybody.
It's crazy. You rating a transfer player as stars. That's crazy.
We're trying to get what we can. I mean, it's not if you're looking for a place to start at quarterback, Florida's the place to go. If you think you're good and you're like, man, I'm sitting on the bench here. I know they don't have any quarterbacks in Florida. Anthony Richardson just sent a letter, says he out of there. And then the last 2 guys have gotten canceled in 2 weeks. Yeah, they got to open it over there. They hiring. I'm going to go over there and see what they got. I don't blame you.
The whole point of this conversation was saying I don't think that the SEC, if you take away Georgia and Florida, I don't know if any of those other teams are head and shoulders ahead of your mid-tier Big 12, mid-tier Big 10 schools. I don't see that. Like, I think Penn State could beat everybody outside of Georgia and Alabama. They already beat Auburn. They beat Auburn like 40-13 this year. I think Penn State could beat.
Where do you think Auburn ranked in the SEC this year?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not good.
Okay, so that's not an achievement.
Okay.
What I'm saying is that the teams that are considered good this year, I think they're all better than Penn State. I think
yes,
Penn State came
I said
SEC.
that, but I think that, well, you can say that about the Big Ten. I think the Big Ten teams that are good in Big Ten, Michigan and Ohio State, are better than everybody other than Alabama and Georgia.
I think they would have struggled with Tennessee with their quarterback. I don't think they would have beat Tennessee with their quarterback, honestly. Nope. Now
I can give you that because Tennessee just got their heart stolen.
Tennessee was looking like one of the best teams. They was whooping. That is the issue. Is you'll have a team that looks like a world beater, and now it's like, oh yeah, you guys playing the Orange Bowl, whatever. They were good, damn good.
They got beat. They got their heart stolen. Georgia. Then they got, and I don't want to hear that Tennessee fans. Y'all been in our DMs too talking about if Hooker wasn't hurt. Hooker got hurt after they were down by 30. It's not like they were down by 7 points when he got hurt. They were down by 30.
You're right. Take your loss against them. That don't make you worse in the world, though. I don't think that. Yeah, that's my thing. Is I think that with Hooker, all right, you lose to Georgia. Cool story. You beat the. Hey, I might not be able to beat Mike Tyson, but I beat the rest of y'all last.
They lost to South Carolina.
South Carolina. Well, I predicted that was gonna happen.
South Carolina. They got destroyed by South Carolina.
I said that at the beginning of the season. I said Spencer Rattler will be mediocre, but it'll be a couple times in the season. He'll play good enough where people will consider drafting him.
Ooh, exactly I'm surprised you ain't bring this up to strengthen your point. South Carolina beat Clemson.
It's the magic of like Spencer will do some, but at the end of the day, you just know Spencer's not that guy. But for a moment, he can make you pay for it. That's it. You just have to be able to know that this is not sustainable for a guy. He can show glimpses.
Yeah. LSU will probably be the team in the West next year to challenge Alabama again. Texas A&M is out of there.
They got to do something quick.
Boy, they had so many transfers.
He got a little dumpster fire, boy.
Hey, shout out to the Jug. Shout out to all the athletes that jugged the hell out of Texas A&M and went out there, signed them NIL deals, took that money, and transferred immediately. All of them. Like, that whole entire 2022 class 2021 class, like, 40% of them are transferring or have been kicked off the team.
And on top of that, when you're negotiating your next NIL deal, this is what I got at Texas A&M. And you know I'm signing the NIL before I leave. You're going to send me the paperwork before, and this is what my last contract was. Beat it. Or I'll stay here. Or I'll go somewhere else.
What you think about the transfer portal?
It is what it is. It's one of those things that it exists. So I can't say I don't have like a positive or negative. You just have to learn how to play with it in your system going forward.
Everybody talks about it, and I keep saying it's a big deal, and you can't really predict who's going to be who. But
time out. I just had a question. Fantasy football. Do I play Derek Carr or Daniel Jones?
You play Saquon Barkley at quarterback. Who do you have? Who else do you have? Go sign a punter. Tom Tupa. That's who you should sign. Tom Tupa.
I don't know. Who's a better quarterback between the two of those guys? It's got to be Daniel Jones. But
why does it have to be? So why does it have to be? To me, those are what did I say earlier? Inconsequential. If you switch both of those players and put them on the other team, nothing changes. Nothing.
Yeah. Those are the Cliff Paul versus Chris Paul.
But so I would say like the transfer portal has kind of evened up football in terms of not evened up because you still have Georgia, you still have ironically Alabama got upset, but you still have all these teams. But it seems like the transfer portal to me is like the super team of the NBA. Like it was a big deal when it first came out, super teams and all of that, and now Adam Silver, similar to this. It's very difficult to win when you put a super team together in the NBA this year. And I think it's very difficult to win when you get your main players out of the portal. I mean, look at Alabama. Yeah, they got their main running back out the portal. I mean, they had a down year. They got 2-3 players. Yeah.
But that's the other part is no team, no other conference has a team as good as Alabama that did not win their conference. I think that Alabama wins every other conference championship.
Oh. Yeah. Pac-12. You think they beat USC?
Yeah, and I like USC. They ain't beat Bama though. Hell no.
Big 12. I think they beat TCU. Or Kansas State, whoever won that one. Big 10. I think Alabama Michigan would be a good game.
I don't believe that Michigan is that.
But I don't think Michigan can score with Alabama.
Nope.
So yeah, you're right. I think Alabama wins every. That's crazy. Dang, that should have been your big joker in the conversation we had before this. There's no other conference where the team that didn't win the conference championship would win every other conference championship. Ohio State wouldn't come to the SEC and win. I don't think so. We'll find out. I don't think so. Or Michigan, or TCU, or USC. But Alabama, a healthy Tennessee. I mean LSU back then, but Alabama and a healthy Tennessee probably win every other conference championship, every single one,
and not even in the conference championship in their own conference. And y'all want to talk about conferences? That sounds like allied practice. Conferences? You want to talk about conferences? You mean conferences, not championships? Conferences.
That should really be the end all debate. And as other conference, there's really nothing you could do. I mean, the Big Ten is trying. They getting UCLA and USC.
Play them. I'm gonna tell you one thing. Put Alabama on your schedule for the next 5 years. I bet you won't do it for the following 5 years. I don't care who you are.
Nah, Alabama and now Georgia is starting to get to the point. Like when you play them, your season goes to shit afterwards. Like if you like, what was it? USC played when USC was ranked number 9 and they played Alabama and got beat 50-7, or when Miami played Alabama, or when Oregon played Georgia. Although they didn't really go to shit, but
sign up to get on Bama's schedule if you believe you can beat them. As the person who was linked to them very first.
Oh, sneaky, put some money on it. You picking Michigan? If Georgia and Michigan play, you picking Michigan? First of all, we gotta get past Ohio State.
I'm betting on you. Hey, yeah, I mean, I don't like UGA, but I do like money. Give me UGA. I'll be very honest about. I mean, money green, right? Last time I checked,
UGA got better. That's crazy. They got healthy. They weren't even healthy all the way the whole season.
Yes, that. If you think that your conference is good, put them on your schedule. My team is Florida. We are linked to play Georgia every year, and we started out the little round robin. We had to play Bama 4 times in a row.
Now y'all play LSU.
Exactly. You signed your team up for that. Didn't tell me about another conference. How about that? they got games, and I know they want to play y'all because they can whoop y'all.
And you gonna make some money, so you can't say you ain't gonna get paid. They're the highest grossing conference in the nation. Each school makes $45 million a year off the TV contract alone.
Your ass up. Sign them up. But when you about to play them, you sitting over there looking down there with the poor mouth. We've been there. That's how we lost Urban Meyer. He's like, nah, I ain't gonna make it through this. My head, my
heart,
my neck, and my back.
Urban Meyer said, "Ain't no Tebow." Oh no, I can't lose to Kentucky. I'm out.
Oh, Cam Newton with them computers. Oh, I'm out of here. Yeah, hey, my whole back fell out.
Oh,
spinal, Mike Tyson. But yes, once again, now that we've covered that, please never, ever, 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 ever in your life, at least for probably as long as you've been alive, forget that the SEC is the best conference in the world. But with that said, it has been another fantastic Saturday Morning Live. I want to thank everybody. Please hug your family. Tell everybody that you love them. Merry Christmas. We here at the Splashcast and Dive Team Media really appreciate y'all's support. Y'all follow up and follow through and everything y'all have done this year. We're looking to kick off 2023 with a lot of great stuff. Reg, you got anything for him on this Christmas Eve?
Again, make sure y'all like, subscribe, rate, review us, man. Go out and like our stuff, dog. We know y'all, it's a whole lot of y'all looking at our stuff and not liking it. Like it. Or if you don't like it, comment and tell us why you don't like it. Give us some feedback, man. We love interacting with y'all. We appreciate everybody. We are actually in 2023 probably going to be looking for a little bit of help producing wise, somebody to run the screen. So y'all stay tuned with that. We got a lot of stuff. Coming out. 2023 merch, website, whole lot of things. Got a lot of stuff lined up for y'all, man. We're gonna have some guests. Figured out kind of have people call in, so you'll be able to voice your opinion. We don't want to be like Paul Feinbaum, but you can be like Paul Feinbaum. You can curse all you want to. Do what you want to do. You can come in here and you can argue with us and tell us why you think the ACC is better than the SEC, and we'll laugh at you.
And we'll cook you.
Yep.
Respectfully.
Yep. I mean, depending on who you support, I'm not gonna guarantee respect. So.
All right.
But with that being said, man, we come to the end of Saturday Morning Live. Y'all know how it is. Make sure you tell a friend. Again, support is free. Support is free. Doesn't cost you a dime. You can donate at the Splashcast if you want to at $the Splashcast. I need to put that up on the screen at our Cash App if you want to support the growth of everything that we're doing. Other than that, man, if you don't got anything, Norwood, we can just go ahead and sign on out.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's only one thing for me and Reg to do now. What is that, my friend? Hang out. We out of here. Y'all be safe. Merry Christmas. Wrap the